What's up, y'all? It's Avenging Ben coming at you with a very special GAWP bonus episode. We're sort of gearing up for our full return tomorrow night for 2018. But before we do that, some very big news broke today, and we felt we have to talk about this now because to sort of sandwich it in between all the other news we'll probably be covering tomorrow night would honestly be a disservice to the weight of what's going on here, and we felt it best to sort of get out ahead of like the episode and give you guys a little bonus and to talk about something that hasn't happened in quite some time in WWE, at least not to this level. So, Mike, you want to take it away and give people the 411 what went down in the world of wrestling today in WWE?
Sure thing. Oh yeah, everybody, hi. Hallmark Mike here.
I love how we didn't even give an intro. We're just going straight in.
Here as well.
Hi everybody, we're back.
Yes, we are. So everything started yesterday on Twitter. A woman, I don't want to bring up her name because I feel she's gonna get enough. She has enough shit on her plate already from other people. But she went on Twitter and claimed that WWE superstar and current, now former Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore raped her back in October. I'm not too sure of the date, but it's October 2017. And yesterday she decided to come out yesterday and make this claim.
And made the story public.
Right, and WWE got wind of it and suspended him yesterday.
As well they should have. And what was going on between then and now, sorry to just jump in to get this detail in there, but like, the thing that broke in between then and now is like, what's changed is I believe he's fully admitted to it at this point.
Yeah. I read the legal report, just seeing how everything went down, and he's pleaded that he knew the investigation was going on. That's what WWE got wind of, and they automatically said, okay, you're fired.
Wow. Okay. Just so everybody else knows, I did not know that until you guys just said it to me.
Yeah, I was reading the legal report, and that's also why when the investigation went to more light now, they were already searching it, just they didn't have the pieces together. And to think he is a main stage athlete, I guess, in a sense, working for the WWE, it's even more now that they have to clamp it in the butt, basically.
Well, like, the funny thing is, this isn't some dude who, as much as, like, we may rag on Enzo, like, a lot, or had in the past, like, the dude was, like, a key player of Raw and 205 Live for, like, months. Like, he main evented several Raws as Cruiserweight Champion. So, clearly they've had a lot of stock in this dude. And, like, honestly, though, like, with the attitude that he's been showing the past few months, the stories about him rubbing everybody up the wrong way in the locker rooms, like, him just, like, being a complete, as the Brits would say, gobshite to work with. Like, honestly, I feel like we really should have seen something like this coming. But for God, no, by no means was I, like, predicting, like, oh, he's going to end up, like, sexually assaulting somebody. God, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But, like, what I was thinking to myself was, this dude is going to do something so goddamn dumb because of his status. And he's going to get shit canned for it. And sure enough, it did.
God, we're in a day and age, I've said it time and time again, that literally you can ask a question the wrong way. But doing it blatantly, and then basically laughing in the face of it by saying, yeah, I knew it happened. I'll beat it in court, though. Like, you're a fucking public figure. How the hell do you think it's going to go away under the rug?
You are a mid-card champion of a publicly traded company, and you commit...
Mid-card is taken a little lightly.
Other than that, it doesn't matter what champion he is. Even if he wasn't a champion, he's a part of a company that is PG, a company that is, their demographic is more toward kids now. He was a guy that his merch was toward kids, wearing the wig and all that, and it's sickening to think this guy is willing to do what he does with, I guess,
women,
strippers, and now raping an innocent girl. It's like,
wow.
Yeah. How you doing, Enzo?
How the fuck you doing, asshole? That's so, like, we've touched on all the major beats of the story here when it happened. Presumably, like, who was involved with it. We won't disclose that information because I don't think that's essentially, we don't want to draw any more attention to that poor girl. But
I think technically we don't know much. If you guys know the story, you know as much as we do. We just read into it just a little more.
Right.
The names we don't want to disclose because, again, the story sounds a little shady, but again, it's proven that it is fact. However, the names might have been changed, again, just for safety of
the names and faces have been changed to protect the innocent type deal.
And the purpose of this is we're focusing more on Enzo.
Yeah, because again, we are a wrestling podcast, so it does fall under that category because he was, even though bad, a wrestler.
You got to admit, though, like, I wouldn't have normally said this, but I'm like, thank God that Colin Cassidy was, like, injured at the moment because, like,
what do you think he's thinking about this?
Like, dude, like,
I know
he rode with this dude. He rode with. This was like
shit.
What was that? Like, does Big Cass like shoot not like working? Did not like working with him?
There's some stories, like he does not get along with Enzo.
I can see that.
But the thing was, like, say Enzo would do something in the backstage area that would rub people the wrong way. He would have to be the one that diffuses it, and he just got to the point where I just had enough of it. Now, I want to make this point as well. I feel all of this started when they broke up. Like, Enzo's attitude started to, like, his attitude started to get out there with the reports of, like, him getting kicked off the tour bus, with him being disrespectful towards everybody else. Like, if you look at the past, like, 6 months, there's a pattern. And
that's what I mentioned before.
WWE looked at all of this and this recent accusation. Before you told me that he admitted it, I just took it as WWE said, "Okay, enough with this shit. We can't deal with him."
It might have been a little like it clearly might have been like, honestly, you can't employ a rapist and keep paying him a 6-figure salary. You can't do that as a publicly traded company. So it might have been that prevailing attitude, and also just, that is it. We are done with your shit. Get out of here, Eric.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's also, sorry to cut you off, Mike. It's also, I think, maybe he was always like this, though. Like how you say Colin Cassidy was the one to basically defend him. Imagine how much he's done already. Like the accusations of, doing this, being obnoxious, being a drunk. I think it's already been happening, just that it's finally getting to light because he has no one to defend him now. There's no middle ground anymore.
Right, but not only that, but I feel he's, like, I also want to say this, the reason they needed to get rid of him now is because they're about to go into their biggest show of the year, which was the Royal Rumble, and they're going to WrestleMania, and they don't want to deal with this. And also, I believe Enzo, from what all three of us have seen, TMZ videos of him speaking out of turn and being all cocky. And I don't know if you guys have seen the Network episode with him and Corey Graves, when they brought up him getting kicked off the bus and Enzo's like eating an apple and just spitting in Corey Graves' face. I don't know if you guys catch that. But
yeah, I saw it.
WWE knew he was an asshole, and basically they let him show it, and they just knew, like, one more fuck up and you're gone.
Yeah, because again, I think that's the only reason they actually hired him was they saw he has an ego, and they thought if we teach him just how to do the right moves and stuff, it'll work in the ring. However, if you can already see his personality isn't a gimmick. His personality is literally...
Oh, absolutely.
He thinks he's hot shit.
Like, this dude thinks that his shit could, like, be used as currency. This dude loves the way his shit smells, but just by his personality. Like, there was this clip of him on TMZ, like, ballooned out of his mind. He was, like, drunk as a skunk. And, like, he was saying, like, what's his story about you getting kicked out of the locker room? Oh, fuck yeah, bro. I got my own locker room, you know? It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Exactly. Like, he would say that, and then he would be like, I moved to LA, and now I'm with all these celebrities. And meanwhile, they're, like, D-list rappers and celebrities and all that stuff. But, so, Enzo's gone. Cruiserweight Championship.
That's the other thing I wanted to...
Right now
is vacant. So that's the thing I want to talk about. Like, the other thing that I feel like none of these articles are really touching on right now is, like, not only has he been fired, a WWE superstar has been fired for this, but, like, he is a champion who has been fired. So, What
Right now,
happened?
I think WWE didn't even focus on that at the moment. They just focus on we need to get rid of him, and now probably like around like they probably are starting SmackDown meeting in about 2 hours before the show starts, and they have to be like, okay, 205 Live is after this. What do? We have a pay-per-view coming up, and we have a championship match.
Like this is the worst timing because 205 Live is tonight.
Yes.
And honestly, this is the worst thing in the world, but like, leave it to this horrible thing to be what finally gets me to watch 205 Live for the first time in like months.
God damn it, Ben. We've told you to watch 205. But yeah, Cruiserweight Classic Part 2? Maybe?
No, I'm thinking more like just mini tournament, maybe. Just like, get like 8 guys in there. Get like Drew Gulak, like Mustafa Ali, like, like all your guys in there. Like, just get a tournament going and just crown a new champion.
I feel, you know why I would say maybe a Cruiserweight Classic 2? Just to get some light on it. Like, give some new faces, try to clean out. Because even we mentioned yesterday when we were watching Raw 25, which again, stay tuned tomorrow to the episode.
We'll be talking about it. Believe us, we will be.
We mentioned, we just forgot about the Rich Swann situation now.
Not looking so bad in hindsight, is it?
And it's like, that's the thing though, that now the Cruiserweight division is basically a accused abuser and now a rapist.
Yeah,
So it's like, they need some light on the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I just want to add to your point. Not for nothing, but this division has been taking so many big hits in the past few months. September, Neville leaves because he's upset. Rich Swann gets arrested and he's suspended, and he's probably never coming back. Enzo Amore just got recently fired today. And then they bring up Hideo Itami, who they had high hopes for, and he hurts another wrestler. This division is falling apart like in front of our eyes before WrestleMania.
It's kind of insane to see like an entire division, like to what you said, like kind of fall apart in real time. It's honestly kind of it's mind-boggling to me, like how, and like some of this stuff is just by random accident, but just like, wow, like it is like the 7 plagues of Egypt, like of like come down on this division, like here come the locusts, here comes the rains, the seas are boiling. It's kind of astounding just how this whole thing has snowballed into such an utter calamity.
It's mind-boggling just to think that now the division was so good. Everyone wanted to see, okay, it's guys we've seen on the indies. We wanted to see how it goes. It has its ups and downs, yes. But now to think so many adulations now, so much of drugs and this and that, it's like, what the hell? They were just indie guys about a year ago.
Mm.
Oh my god!
I'm brainstorming ahead. Don't be surprised, like say this weekend that they like on the Monday and the Tuesday that they bring up a bunch of people from NXT to fill a lot of spots in the Cruiserweight division, like a Roderick Strong or Rockstar Spud is set to make his debut soon in 205.
Don't be surprised if like a lot of supplemental bigger names start.
Like a Leo Rush on like suddenly shows up. Like I'm saying it's highly not going to happen, but if you're WWE, you're probably thinking, what the fuck do we do?
I think they need to do that, though. Like I'm saying, they need something fresh. So even if it's a Leo, a Johnny Gargano, someone from the NXT division right now, they need to move up because
but also,
the Cruiserweights right now is basically, we don't care for them.
But also they have to think about like their NXT plan because like some of the Cruiserweight guys, they're technically Cruiserweights. They probably have plans for them for WrestleMania weekend, and now with all this stuff going on, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we just bring them up," and then Triple H is gonna be like, "What the fuck? Like I have plans for these guys, and you're just gonna ruin them because one fucking idiot."
Yeah, that's
one firing can cause so much
problems.
Because think about it, God only knows what the plan was for Enzo and Cedric on Sunday.
Lord only knows. Like, at this point, what I'm thinking is tonight they're probably going to have, like, a battle royal or, like, a 6-pack challenge or a 5-way challenge because WWE loves their 5-ways in the Cruiserweight division for some reason. They're going to do a 5-way. Someone's going to win it. Most likely it might be Tony Nese or maybe Mustafa Ali. Goes on to face Cedric this Sunday, new champion. I honestly don't think they're going to put that much. They're going to put just the right amount of thought into this to get out of the get out of the storm, but then they're just going to get the belt. The goal here is just to get the belt on somebody. I don't think they really care who.
I think they kind of have to figure out today who. Okay, Enzo's gone, and I don't know what his Mania match would have been, but they have to figure out. Okay, we need somebody that is clean, who doesn't have any heat with anybody, and is loved by the fans.
That's why I'm banking on most likely like Mustafa Ali. Like that dude, people really like him. He's just a good-natured fella. So give that to him, I guess.
Yeah.
What about Tony Nese?
Tony Nese would
I would
also
say
be a
Tony
good
Nese,
choice. I
'cause
love
Tony
Tony.
Yes, he's a heel in 205 at the moment, but still, people like his character, like his ability, because again, Tony Nese was known as the premier athlete. So I can see Tony Nese getting that push now.
Me personally, I think they're gonna announce like something for the pre-show at the Royal Rumble, like a cruiserweight Royal Rumble type of thing. Not like a Royal Rumble match itself, but more of all the cruiserweights are gonna be there. And I think, to me, the person to give the belt to is Cedric, because the storyline, he was the number one contender, so technically he should get the belt. That's what I'm thinking.
Now watch what WWE does is just Cedric versus Drew Gulak. That's about it.
That's probably going to be what happens. Put a pin in that.
Speaking of all this and Gulak and Cedric, what happens to Nia Jax now?
She just goes back to the women's division, honestly.
She goes back to obscurity in the women's division.
She just had a whole storyline set with this dude.
A romantic storyline! Oh my god, this is even worse. She now has to deal with the fact that she had a romantic relationship on screen with a convicted rapist.
$10 then on Monday, $10 then on Sunday at the Rumble. Alexa's gonna confront Nia, be like, "What happened to your boy toy?" And then Nia's gonna say something like some smirky comment about him, just to be like, "Fuck you."
I thought they were gonna mention it last night, but I think they really didn't want to even.
That was like probably the furthest thing. That was like the furthest. They were too busy like focusing on how to like mess up a simulcast between two different broadcasts. But we'll get to that tomorrow. We'll get to that. We have many thoughts. Expect a good 35 minutes dedicated to our thoughts on Raw 25 tomorrow.
Tomorrow's episode is going to probably be at least 3 hours, folks.
Yes.
Probably.
So final thoughts on Enzo.
Final thoughts.
Hold on. Let Ray go first.
Sick, sociopath, psychopath, all around. Enzo, go fuck yourself.
I'll go. Enzo, you're a dickhead, and you had this coming to yourself. You kept adding to the fire. You kept throwing wood and more wood every fucking month, and it finally caught up to you. Bye-bye, asshole. You'll be Impact Champion next month.
Oh, God. You know for a fact they'll hire... You know what? You're probably right. They'll probably hire him. Although, like, my last point before I give my final thoughts, my last question, is he going to jail for this, or is he, like, going on trial or something?
He'll probably be in jail by a week.
Okay.
He's admitted to it, so he'll probably go to trial. Now, legal advice, I guess they'll try to get him to do a psycho plea, because, again... If he's gonna go with, I'm a wrestler, my mental state's not all there.
He's gonna he's gonna pull the Jimmy Snuka. He's gonna pull the Jimmy Snuka thing.
Basically, it's gonna be the easiest. It's gonna be the easiest plead for him. But again,
and community service probably for him.
I hope he rots in jail, because if this is true and it's not fucking just all drugs and all that mixing in, the dude's an asshole for doing something like this. I'm so sorry to the victim and to the victim's
Marth hearts go out. That's honestly, in all the like talk we've been talking about, like the Cruiserweight title and Nia Jax and Colin Cassidy and all this other stuff, we do have to remember that at the end of the day, there's an innocent woman out there who was harmed and violated by a true sack of shit, and our hearts go out to them. Holy shit, we hope that you find some solace in the fact that you know that he's being put on blast for his crimes, and we hope that you're doing better out there. So my final thoughts, if I could, I highly doubt that this dude is listening to our show. I doubt it, but if I could talk to him, I'd say this. I gave you every chance. I gave that dude every chance under the fucking sun, man. I gave him every chance. Even when I didn't like him, I still came up with ways to, like, sort of justify why he was in WWE. I'm like, oh, he plays a good heel. Oh, he's doing good things for the Cruiserweight division. He's got a good look. He's got a good all of this. I regret everything like I've ever said about this dude, and it's gonna make it hard to go back and rewatch like a lot of old NXT things with them in it because, like, I was a huge Enzo and Cass fan, and I was waiting on their main roster debut for so long. You guys can attest to this. You know how big I was into them for a very long time, and I was always kind of disappointed that they never went anywhere. It's going to make it really hard to go back and watch any of that because I'm just going to be thinking about this. So, Enzo, fuck off, and may you never darken the door of another promotion ever again.
I really hope they don't let him compete in the Indies. I hope he does rot in jail.
Who would be dumb enough to book him? Who would be dumb enough to book that guy? Cut to insert promotion here, booking him, probably.
Yep.
So, on that rather sobering but dark note, it is good to be back, guys. We're sorry we couldn't open up with something a little happier, but it's always good to, it's always a stimulating conversation with these two dudes. I love to talk with these guys every single week. We're happy to be back. Thank you guys for being patient with us while I got my goddamn laptop fixed. It is so happy to have the unofficial 5th member of GAWP back, my MacBook. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be Pepe.
Well, come on, Pepe. I don't even need to say it. Pepe's the GOAT, dude. Come on, Pepe's the GOAT.
No comment about the MacBook.
All right. But regardless, guys, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the GAWP YouTube for more content like this. We're hoping to put more stuff out for highlights and videos. Don't forget, and Mike, where can they listen to all of the past episodes of the podcast so they're all caught up?
iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, and Podcastic.
And if you want to represent the GAWP while you're just walking around on the street or at your next indie show that you want to go to, Ray, where can they get themselves a delightfully designed GAWP t-shirt?
You can go to tpublic.com/The GAWp Show. Get one of the lovely Ray Raimundo shirts, Avenging Ben, Hallmark Mike, even one of the 2 Matt Daddy t-shirts. Why does he have 2 again? God,
no one knows.
We need more designs.
It's the greatest.
The joke is so 2017.
I know, right? It's 2018.
Well, speaking about 2018, though, let me mention one more thing you guys could subscribe to, and that is the new gaming channel that me and Hallmark Mike did do 2 universe modes over the weekend. So go watch that on the Ray Raimundo GAWp channel.
Go follow the...
Sorry that the name is just under mine, but YouTube is a bitch.
YouTube is a bitch, but we're pulling through, and go check these guys out. They do some really cool stuff with the video games. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more episodes soon. Thanks for being patient with us. Once again, go enjoy professional wrestling. It's not all darkness and sadness. There's a great industry full of great people. Have a wonderful day. And, guys, I'm Avenging Ben.
I'm Hallmark Mike.
I'm the Law Ray Raimundo.
Cutting through all the bullshit of the weird and wild world of professional wrestling. And, Mike, don't forget, tell them to...
Like, comment, subscribe to join the madness.
And follow the law.
Have a good one. Peace out. Bang.